News now.
And we do begin with that breaking news from the State House now. They just concluded day one of debate on a proposal to redraw the state's congressional districts. The bill fast-tracked by the House and sent to the Senate floor. If it gets approval, it will then be sent to the governor. Our Josie Frost joins us from the State House with a recap of what happened today.
The Senate finished its first day of debate on the bill. It was sent to the floor after just one committee hearing. But the bill is far from a done deal. And with early voting starting next week, it's not clear if they can reach a conclusion by then.
This now is the Senate's decision to do with what it will. The process, albeit expedited, short, is the process that we've got.
On Thursday, the full Senate took its first look at a plan to redraw the maps for the 7 U.S. House districts, which determines who represents you in Congress. Some senators criticized how fast the bill has moved, heading to the floor after just one Senate committee hearing. But time is short, with the June primaries getting closer by the day.
Our process, admittedly, is not what we've done before. But by the same token, we've never been called back here before by a governor who's at the end of his term. We've never been called back for any special redistricting that affects anyone other than ourselves.
The House-passed map is targeting the only firmly Democratic district, the 6th, aiming to make that district Republican too, sending 7 GOP members to represent South Carolina in Congress. It would remove longtime Congressman Jim Clyburn from his district. In the first part of the debate, senators shot down a new version of the map by Senator Michael Johnson. It would have kept Congressman Clyburn in his current district. He said the map was supported by the White House.
It still calls that all 7 districts have an opportunity, have a statistical advantage for a Republican to take all 7. I realize that may not be what everybody wants, but that's what this map does. I believe this map reflects the support of the White House. This map has my support.
And you're telling me of all the things that the White House has to do, that it has time to consult with you on an amendment to a reapportionment district that, by the way, at best, will add only 1 seat to Congress.
South Carolina is one of several states pushing to redistrict after a U.S. Supreme Court ruling narrowed part of the Voting Rights Act. The bill would also push the primary election day back from June to August 18th, just for those 7 races, leaving all other races on their date. The State Election Commission says it could cost up to $6 million. Many of those who already voted absentee are military overseas voters. Those votes for congressional races would not be counted, while the rest of their ballot would be.
Military members overseas reached out, went through the correct process, took the time to fill out their ballots, sent it back to us in time, followed all the rules. But this would be a first in South Carolina history where we said, too bad, so sad. Your vote in your congressional primary race no longer counts. And oh, by the way, you may live in a new congressional district.
Now, the bill still has a long road ahead. The Senate is expected to meet into the weekend and potentially into next week if it's needed. Reporting at the State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
Josie, thank you so much. And a reminder tonight, despite continued discussions at the State House over the congressional maps, the June 9th statewide primary, as she just mentioned, will move forward as scheduled. What is still up in the air, as Josie referred to now, is the voting for congressional races. Early voting for the primary itself starts Tuesday. You can do that weekdays from 8:30 until 5, but they're going to be closed on weekends, with early voting lasting until June 5th. Election leaders also encouraging you to double check your registration status. Make sure your name and address information is up to date before you head to the polls. Some